Hi, and welcome to Next Edge Tutorials. In today's lesson, I'm going to show you some fun exercises to get you moving in those early winter mornings. So if you're anything like me, getting up on a cold winter's morning is extremely hard. It's cold outside, it's cold inside the rink. So today I'm going to give you some great exercises to get you motivated, up and moving for that morning practice session. So before we even jump in and get started, I want you to check out the link below in the descriptions for your free PDF guide on how to organize your next training session. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to do before we even get on the ice is find music that pumps you up and get you motivated early in the morning. Now that we have the music on that we like, we're gonna get started with the first exercise. It's gonna be a beautiful stretching exercise going down the ice, working on our knee action and our stretching of our arms. So let's get going. Okay, let's get moving with this very first exercise. We're gonna take our fingers, interlock them, and press around and pull up. 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 Now watch, I'm gonna stretch over. Over, pull up. Over, pull up. Over, pull up. Over, pull up. Now we're gonna go arms pulling around. Up and around. Up and around. And that is the first exercise to really get the body nice and warmed up for your morning session. Okay, with that first exercise, as you can see, I'm stretching everything out. I'm stretching my arms, I'm down in my knees, free leg is nice and stretched, pulling back. This is so important just to really get your body awake for that morning. And I'm gonna show y'all, make sure that from here that you'll feel that beautiful stretch and the hip is pressed down. I don't wanna see hip pulling up and just body leaning forward. We were focusing on that hip pressing down and pushing and really stretching out those legs out. We're now gonna look at that exercise one more time and I'm gonna point out some things that I want you to focus on. So we're gonna interlock our fingers together. I'm gonna be pushing that right leg out, press and hold. As you can see, my hip is pushed down, then I pull up, bend and pushing out, and hold. And I'm really taking my back and pushing forward and stretching out, feeling everything stretch. Pull up, one more, push and stretch out. Nice, trying to flatten out the back and stretch the leg. Now we're gonna go over, pull up, over, pull up. You can see I'm trying to rest my upper body on that leg here. So it's resting. Pull up. Now this one is gonna pull up and over. We're gonna stretch the chin up to the sky. Stretch and hold. With all of these that I'm doing with just different arms, the free leg, I'm focusing on that stretching and trying to get as much stretch as I possibly can with the leg. And then the upper body, the first one is pulling, the second one is chest to the leg, and the third one is that stretch up to the sky as high as possible. Now we're ready for exercise number 2. And this one is gonna be mohawks and 3 turns. So I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna start with that mohawk to begin with. And we're gonna go mohawk, back 3 turn, mohawk, push back, back 3 turn, mohawk. I use the push back, the foot comes in, 3 turn and hold. Mohawk, push back, 3 turn, hold. Mohawk, push back, 3 turn, hold. Mohawk, push back, 3 turn, hold. Last one, mohawk, push back, 3 turn, hold. Now with this exercise, it can be faster or it can be a bit slower. It's just depending on which exercise you want to focus on, quickness or a little bit slower with this one. Now, like we did for exercise number 1, we're gonna slow this one down and I'm gonna talk you through it. So with this exercise, when we do this mohawk here, I'm gonna use the push back, the foot comes into the body, 3 turn. Now watch these shoulders, they slice through and hold. Mohawk, here's that push back, foot comes in, 3 turn, hold. Watch how my shoulders work. I finish my 3 turn, then they press and hold around. Mohawk, push back, 3 turn, shoulders work. Mohawk, push back, 3 turn, shoulders work. Last one, mohawk, push back, 3 turn, hold with the shoulders. Now, what I love about this exercise, it really warms your shoulders up for those jumps. Now, a mistake that tends to happen a lot, and I see it with all of my skaters, is they don't work their shoulders in this exercise. They go for the 3 turn and they get stuck and they hold, and then they're so uncomfortable stepping onto that mohawk the other direction. So after you finish that 3 turn, make sure your arms, I call it a slice through. They don't actually slice through this way. It's a little bit down and around, but it's a very controlled down and around. Please make sure you're not doing this and through or pulling your arms around your body too fast. It's too much movement, and then we've lost the point of this exercise with control. Now we're ready for that exercise number 3, and this one is gonna be focused on quickness to really warm up our muscles and be ready for those jumps and spins for our practice. So I'm gonna start backwards. I'm gonna go down the ice with mohawk. So we're gonna go mohawk cross, 3 turn, mohawk cross, back inside, 3 turn, mohawk cross, 3 turn, mohawk cross, 3 turn, mohawk cross, 3 turn, last one, mohawk cross, 3 turn. As you can see, my tempo was a bit slower just because I want you to really grasp the steps, but I have my skaters and I want you to focus on quickness. Mohawk cross, double 3 turn, mohawk cross, double 3 turn to really warm up our coordination system before we start jumping and spinning. Now, I know I just spoke about quickness, fast feet, warming up our coordination system, but if you're just starting out, please take your time, and I'm gonna show you how to do that right now, because once you understand the steps and where the direction is moving, you're gonna be able to quicken it up fast. All right, so now I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna slow it down a lot. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is make sure that my shoulders are nice and pulled back. I'm gonna do mohawk cross, mohawk cross. My shoulders are gonna stay right there. 3 turn, mohawk cross, double 3 turn. 3 turn, 3 turn, mohawk cross. Now my weight's in the ball, heel, push back to the ball of the foot. Mohawk cross, ball, heel, back to the ball, mohawk cross, ball, heel, ball. Last one, mohawk cross, ball, heel, ball. Now, when I say make them quicker and faster, all that's happening is that your weight's changing faster within the blade to make those turns quicker. When you slow it down, you're really paying attention to that pushing into the ball of the foot that goes to the heel, back to the ball of the foot again. So that's something that I want you to focus on, is making sure that you understand and you have the concept of these exercises down first before you add that really fast quickness and warming up that coordination system. Okay, so I want to go over one thing with this exercise. So with this exercise, we want to make sure that it keeps moving down the ice. So we do mohawk cross, double 3 turn. Mohawk cross, double 3 turn. Now watch this common mistake. Mohawk cross, 3 turn and hold. It's more like a loop. I'm gonna do the other side, mohawk cross, and 3 turns and holds. It's almost like it backtracks back down the ice. We wanna make sure that in this exercise, it keeps moving down the ice. So that is a common mistake, is that loop, almost a loop happening. Yeah, we gotta keep some type of direction with this exercise. So there you have it. Those are your 3 new morning exercises to use on your next practice session. Now, I know that I've spoken a lot about quickness, everything fast, aggressive to get you warmed up and moving for your morning skate, but please remember to slow everything down if they are a little bit too advanced. It's more important that you feel comfortable with your feet and your body before moving really, really fast, because sometimes that could cause an unnecessary fall on the ice. So just make sure that you are really comfortable with what you're doing first. Okay, that's the end of our lesson. Thanks for watching Next Edge Tutorials and looking forward to seeing you soon.